Video start! There's a new hashtag trending on Twitter right now. Hashtag video games are to blame. Depending on when you're watching this is taking place fresh after the shootings of El Paso. Video games are to blame is an ironic hashtag that is being used on Twitter right now. It's not actually being used by many people who actually think that video games are to blame for the violence in society. It's more or less being used by people that are just ironically getting back at Dan, whatever the fuck his name, the politician. No, I'm not here to talk about the impact that video games have on society. I'm here to talk about something different. I work in a profession that has a lot of older people that tend to not understand the way more youthful society operates. A common complaint that I hear is, my child or grandson is lazy and disrespectful, and all they do is sit around in their basement smoking weed and playing video games. It's something I hear quite a bit of, and a fair amount of these people think that the video games are to blame for the lack of motivation that their child or grandchild has. However, this statement is false. Video games are not the cause of lack of motivation, disrespect in life, or anything else that you might want to blame them for. They are in fact just a symptom. I'm 28 years old and I still know people that are in this rut. They still live with their parents, and most of their life is working at a dead-end job in which they spend most of their money buying marijuana and then smoking it while going into their parents' basement and playing video games. When somebody does this day in and day out, I would say it's not so much we need to blame what this person is doing in their spare time. We need to blame nothing exactly. There's just a lack of motivation. Life is complicated. Not many people really know what they want to do with their life. They don't know where they want to go, or even truly what their passion is sometimes. And when you're lost in life, it's easy to try to fill in those gaps with things that give you a false sense of achievement. This is where we see those people playing video games all day, because it's easier to get a sense of achievement from a game as opposed to going out and taking a risk and trying something different with your life. So how do we solve this motivation problem? I don't know. My point is to say that video games aren't the cause of this lack of motivation in life. It's just something that crops up to fill in the gaps. To those of you that are lost in life and living your life the way I've described, or if you know a loved one that's living this way, I really hope that you find your way in life, or I hope that they find their way in life. And to those of you that were hoping I would talk a bit more on the whole video games cause violence thing with Lieutenant Governor Dan, whatever the fuck his name is, when a politician is almost 70 years old and they want to bring creationism into public schools, saying video games cause violence and they're against gay marriage and transgender people, you can't take the words of a man like that too seriously. This has been a lecture from the Warlock Kadash.